Hey guys, so I'm sorry that I'm not able to be here with you today, but I just wanted to go through and let you know exactly what you're going to be doing in my absence so that if you have any questions or concerns, hopefully they'll all be answered here. So today you're going to be focusing on learning about the importance of religion in the different colonies. I'm going to go over with you a very quick set of notes. You don't have to write these notes down or anything like that. We're just going to go over it together. After you are done with that, you are then, we're done going through the notes, sorry. You're then going to go and complete your wellness task for this week. So that's task number 2. Or task number 1 and go through and complete that. This is the weekly thing. We did it last Friday. You're going to do it every Friday. You should be used to it. When you're done with that, you're going to watch a video on the Salem witch trials. The substitute is going to have a set of half-size worksheets to give you with some questions to answer as you're watching it. So you need to hold on to those after you are done watching the video. And then on Tuesday, when we come back, because remember, we don't have school on Monday because it's Labor Day. On Tuesday, when we come back, before you start working on your project, we will go over those and make sure you understand that stuff about the Salem witch trials. Tuesday, by the way, you're going to have the entire class period to be able to work on your project because it is due next Wednesday. So make sure you're using your time wisely today and throughout the weekend as well. After you're done with that, you are going to complete this religion in the colonies activity. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up and explain to you what you're going to be doing. So it's going to have the virtual worksheet that is going to be attached. You're going to open it up and follow your prompts. Obviously, yours look a little bit different than mine because I have the teacher profile stuff happening. So you're going to read a couple little excerpts here. One is from City Upon a Hill. You're going to read it. You answer the questions that go below it. I'm going to ask that when you answer these questions, you please put your answers in a different color. It just makes life a whole lot easier for me when I grade it to be able to see, here's where my question was, here's where your answer is. So if you can make your font like red or blue or purple, something like that, so that it's easy for me to be able to grade. Then you've got another document right here. You're going to do the same thing. You've got 3 questions that go along with it, and then you need to answer the question that is in this box. Do not ignore the question that's in the box. I don't know why students do that sometimes. It's there to bring attention to it so that you will do it, not so that you'll ignore it. And then lastly, you're going to look into some of the religious backgrounds of some of these other colonies, not all of them, but Massachusetts, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and some of these things will also help you with your project. So you're going to be clicking on the link, and then it'll take you to the website, and you're going to tell me the religious motivation. So like, why did they settle in that area? And then a description of their type of religion. Was it, a strict religion? What kind of religion was really the biggest religion here in that colony? So when you're done with this, then you'll go back and you'll submit it in Canvas, and you will be good to go on that front. And then any time that you have left after that, you need to spend working on that project. Remember, that project counts as a test grade. If you and your partners, if you're working with other people, are completely done with all of the other tasks and the substitute is okay with it, then I'm okay with you working together. Just make sure you're being on task and you're not being disruptive, and keep those phones away, y'all. So before I leave, let's take a quick second just to go through the notes. So like I said, we're covering religion in the colonies. Let me pull this up into present mode as soon as it wants to take its sweet time getting loaded up onto the screen. There we go. So your focus today that you're going to be looking at, like I said, is going to be on religion in the colonies. Now, here's the thing. Everybody always thinks that the religion is like the complete and utter basis for why the colonies were created, which isn't really the truth. But religion was a key component. Let me move myself out of the way, put myself down here. Was a key component of many of the founding colonies. So religion did play a significant role for why a lot of people did come to the colonies, but that wasn't the only reason. People were also coming to be able to make money and stuff like that, like with Jamestown, for example. Pilgrims and Puritans who were very, very strict with their religion, mostly settled in the New England area. You have the Quakers going to Pennsylvania. You'll learn more about them in your assignment. A lot of Catholics went to Maryland, which makes sense if you've ever actually looked at the name of that state or that colony at this time. It is literally Mary land, like the land of Mary. So it makes sense that they would name it that because Catholics revere Mary very highly, and then that's why it was given that name. There's a lot of Baptists and Anglicans, so which is basically the Church of England, that are going to go down into the South. A lot of people will often say, we have this country was founded on religious freedom and the ability to be able to practice whatever religion you want. And while that's not completely untrue, it's also not completely true. So I want you to know that, yes, there were groups like the Pilgrims, for example, that came over so that they could practice their religion freely. The thing was, though, is that they weren't tolerant of other religions. They wanted to be able to do their own thing, and they didn't really accept any other type of religion within their community where they were living. So yes, they came here to practice what they wanted, but they also weren't allowing for complete religious freedom. The next thing I want to talk to you about is just really, really quick, is the Salem witch trials, which is what your video is going to be on. And this has a lot of religious backing to it and shows you the importance of religion in the colonies at this time. So Salem, Massachusetts was a Puritan community. Again, very, very strict. These were not days where people were like running around and having fun and hanging out. Like, you needed to be working. And if you weren't working, you needed to be basically reading the Bible and having like a very good, strong Christian conviction to your life. They were fundamentalists, meaning that they believed that exactly what the Bible said is exactly what the Bible meant. So in the Bible, there are mentions of being cursed or bewitched. And because of that, they fervently believe in this. And so once they start believing that there's witches around, that's going to spread a lot of fear very quickly. Typically speaking, as you're going to see in the video, most of the people that were accused of being witches were a little bit different from everybody else, either like slaves or some outcasts. They didn't really fit the mold of the Puritan community. And so therefore it was easier to attack them and blame them because they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. With that being said, even good church-going Christians at some point were also being blamed for this. Now, there's lots of reasons as to why the Salem witch trials actually happened, and I'm not going to get into that in notes because that's what your video that you're going to watch and the questions you're going to answer are going to deal with. So I'm going to leave you to that. That's it for the notes. Let me back up out of here. So again, now that you're done with the notes portion, make sure you go do that wellness check for me. Make sure you watch that Salem witch trial video and answer those questions, and then complete that religion in the colonies activity. You should have ample time to get those tasks done before leaving. Please, please, please make sure you're on task, even though there's a sub. And again, keep those phones away, keep your eyelids open, and get to work. Any extra time you have, make sure you're working on that project because it's going to be due before you know it. And other than that, that's it. So I'm going to bring the video to an end here. Let me know if you need anything. You can reach out via Canvas or Remind or whatever, and I can answer any questions for you. And I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.